Gina, obviously a very exciting day for Hockey Canada, naming your roster. 15 players that helped Canada win gold in Beijing are going to be making their return to the Olympics in Milan. Can you just take us through how you constructed this roster?
Yeah, the process was pretty thorough, I would say, for sure. Obviously, we named our 30 athletes that we're going to pay attention to in terms of our training blocks throughout the process of the season prior to the PWHL season started. So evaluating them through kind of that process, but really focusing as well on their club play, both in NCAA as well in the PWHL. And we divided our coaches and our management staff to watch every single game. Someone was assigned one team and built reports on all the athletes. We brought those reports back, we discussed them. We obviously looked at all of the different scenarios and situations we're going to be probably faced with in the Olympic Games, different plays from 4-on-4, 5-on-5, shootout, who can play what, and basically built a chart, and from there wiggled it down to 23. It was very hard, and you could have went in so many different directions, and I know anyone else could grab that roster and build an other roster and that would be successful as well. But for us, it was really important to look at all the different scenarios and situations that we were going to be in and make sure we've got the players that can fit those roles. And then the what ifs, if someone gets injured, who can replace them, what does that look like, who can move to the wing, who can move to the center. So a lot of discussions, a lot of debates, and a passionate group of coaches and management staff that really put a lot of care and intent in building this roster.
7 players are going to be making their Olympic debut in Italy. You've been on the side of both calls in the past as a player. You've made the team and you've been cut from the team. What was it like, though, to make those calls to let some players know they were going to the Olympics for the first time?
It's always a great feeling to hear those words. It's funny because it's equally a great feeling at all the games, I would say. It's funny because we had all of our coaches on the calls with Troy and I. It was virtual calls. And we had some of our coaches do the messaging for the first timers as well. And I think they were amazed with just the amount of emotion from Marie-Philippe Poulin, that's going to her 5th Olympic Games, to the one that's finding out they're going to be participating in their first. Like, I think it just showed how meaningful the Olympic Games are for our athletes, and just how much they care representing Canada at them. So I think it was a great learning piece for all of our coaches to actually witness the sheer emotion and the devastation, which you don't want to witness that, but obviously the athletes not making it, but also the positive side of hearing the tears and the joy come out of the screen for the athletes that made the team.
It was a tough rivalry series against the United States. You mentioned that in the press conference. You used that as a way of evaluating the roster. How much did the impact of those results in the rivalry series affect how you chose this roster?
Yeah, we never really wanted to focus on the results, like win or loss. Like, we wanted to learn and grow from it. We wanted to take pieces of it and add, okay, where are we at? We wanted to see what the Americans would be bringing. So I know our coaches are really strategic. What does that mean for us? How can we, make sure that we're well prepared to compete against them at the Olympic Games? But we're also competing against a lot of other countries. So we weren't just solely focused on the Americans and what they're doing, but it was a good test, a good measuring stick for us. But it was never about the results for us. I think we referred back to 2002. I think the Team Canada lost 8 in a row before going to the Olympics and won the Olympic Games in Salt Lake City. So those results prior to the Olympics have never influenced the gold medal game, has never influenced the results at the Olympics. So that was never part of our concern. It was always about, okay, what are we learning? How are we growing? How are we applying that to make sure we are as best prepared as we possibly can be in Milan?
Chloe Primerano is a player that was left off this roster. She's 19 years old. She's got a lot of promise. She's competed at the World Championship. Why was she left off of this team?
Incredible athlete, incredible future, a ceiling that I think everyone can dream about. She will be part of this team in the future without a doubt, and I say that with as much confidence as I possibly can say. We focused on the pieces that we needed to be able to compete at these games, and in the end we felt that another D gave us more options in terms of what we needed for that identity at that point. Again, I think Chloe is a tremendous athlete that will have a bright future with Team Canada. We just felt that the puzzle that we needed to put together had another D in there.
Hannah Miller represented China at the last Olympic Games. Was she cleared to play for Canada by the IAHF?
she is eligible to play for Canada, and unfortunately didn't make her team, not based on those premise.
What was the reasoning behind her, or the decision not to put her on the roster?
I think similar to, that we had 30 great athletes put their best foot forward, and we had to name 23. So as we were putting the puzzle together, someone else fit the puzzle better than Hannah.
Now that you've got the roster named and we're just a couple of weeks away from the Olympics, what are the next steps? What goes into the planning now for before you land in Milan?
Yeah, a lot of connection points. Some more formal where we'll have the team on calls and start the hockey talks and really getting the group together, but a lot of informal ones as well. I know there's a lot of messaging that we want to get out there to our athletes. There's a lot of preparation from a staff perspective on what that schedule is going to look like. What's our plan B or plan C for all the things that we may not know. Games are always unpredictable a little, so we want to be as best prepared as we possibly can be for games. And then continue to watch our athletes compete in the PWHL and continue to monitor where we're at and then head to games excited. And I know we have a group of athletes that are extremely excited to represent Canada, and I'm really looking forward to this journey.
Gina, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck in Italy and have fun.
Thank you very much.